in a minute or two here. So hey everybody, how was your week?
Aloha.
Hello.
All right, and somebody's already
It's a
watching
very good.
this. Shout out to whoever was first in the chat, and let me just tell everybody in LRH. Damn, IRC D&D 13 is live. Look at that, LRH is almost back up to 300 people after being spammed for like 8 weeks straight. We did it, boys. All right, I only really tell LRH and pound not math on Freenode, and oh, somebody took load on Liberia. Ridiculous. Why would they do that? And then I'll tell fucking JRE, and I guess directly in the LRH Discord because it doesn't.
I
Pop
just
on the auto
spammed JRH.
Yeah, I think I muted Jubert on this, so yeah, it's totally unfair. You can't fucking spam the D&D stream. This is like the most wholesome thing any of us do all week, as far as I know. All right. So yes, hello. Yeah, shout out to Spyoxide right there, which I guess is Dioxide's chat. Yes, hello to everybody out there. This is Zach ZYZ, and I'm joined by this merry band of adventurers. This is the 13th in our ongoing series of online IRC adventures. Let me introduce our crew right here. We got Angie, our ranger, all the way on the left of the screen. The dogs that are with her are Puppy and Mila. You can guess which one is which. They'll be there. Then to her immediate right is Kuntz, our mage. His cat is Glitch. And then bottom left is going to be Logic, our thief. Oh, wait, there she is. Perfect.
Just
timing.
roared at you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no,
amazing.
here comes trouble.
Oh, she heard her name. Oh, Lord. Oh, and then the rest of us have no friends to speak of. It's Logic and our thief and Zartet the druid. And Zartet is not just the druid with the most; he is also our master archivist. He will recount the tale of our last adventure. By all means.
Yeah. So previous to last session, we had rallied the troops from the Ceridilian clan, Croc Riders, and met Wabigo, their shaman chief, and he conscripted a bunch of Croc Riders to escort us to the Darameus, where we were going to plant the silver seed from the Laughing God. Um, After partying with Wabigo and the Croc Riders that night, we wake up hungover and recount the previous night's feast and festivities. Wabigo lost a dice game with Fisk the bear, and we got use of his pleasure barge so we could transport ourselves and Fisk with the coterie of Croc Riders um, to paddle to the Darameus. Uh, Logic got lost with the concubine. Kuntz ended up pissing fire. Zartet. Oh, by the way, I didn't really write this out in a kind of narrative fashion like I have before. I just was kind of sick of it, so I just kind of got bullet points here. Zartet gave a gift of good berries to Wabigo and his people. We rode out with 12 croc riders and 6 axe women, but a storm was incoming. Angie points out people on the cliffs overlooking the sea where we are, but they're unrecognizable. We also pass Vora Brink, but Rask, one of the Ceridilian warriors, suggests that he thinks everyone in Vora Brink is dead. Kuntz asks Rask what to do, and Rask appreciates us for asking his expertise. He warns us of an upcoming cove, Double Fang Cove, where there are large sea serpents that dwell in caves around those parts. We race the storm as best we can and make it to the cove. After we land, the men that rowed Wabigo's barge row it back, to our dismay. Um, there is a path past the beach that goes up to a couple of caverns overlooking the crescent-shaped beach. The beach is strewn with the carcasses of dead animals and a whale that has been picked clean. The storm has picked up, and we're having to shout to be heard. The men are bringing in the canoes just as we see 23 legionnaires coming from the top of the path on the brink of the cliffs. Zartet casts prayer, and the Croc Riders go into formation at the bottom of the path, waiting for the Legion to come forth. Kuntz casts Spiderweb over most of the Legion on the hillside, and all but about 4 are trapped. The 4 go at it with the Ceradillians and the Crocs. Logic throws a bottle of brandy at over the Legion trapped in the webs. Fisk and Angie fight with some Legionnaires. Zartet raises Flame Blade, laughs, and slashes at the web, setting everything on fire. From one of the caverns above, we see dark eyes of a monster serpent apparently casting a spell. Logic shoots at it with the crossbow but misses. Zartet and a fire-blinded Legionnaire tangle, but it's a tough fight. Logic breaks his magic dagger on the guy attacking Zartet, but does get through. His grip is lost on Zartet's neck. Kuntz ascends the path and goes to the cavern where he sees an eel's face. He casts Fireball in the cave, but it is absorbed by something unseen, and he is brought to his knees in agony. Angie commands Fisk to the Legionnaires, and Angie fires with her bow at the at one of the eel faces and misses. Kuntz casts Sleep on the Legionnaire attacking Zartet, and he falls asleep. Zartet stabs at his throat and he's dead. More Legion come forth, but Rast commands the Croc Riders to attack. They clash. Another head of the eel peeks out. Logic fires at the eel with a crossbow and nails it between the eyes. A couple of Legion approach Angie and hit her with a hammer, breaking a rib. Zartet tries to help Angie, but has his spear knocked away. He's struck with a deep slash across his chest. He's bleeding heavily. Kuntz casts haste on Fisk, and he barrels through a couple of Legion. The eelhead step forth, and it becomes apparent it's a Hydra. Rain is pouring. On the back of the Hydra is the Legionnaire Warlock from the Honeycomb Caves. Logic fires with his crossbow at Warlock and waylays him, the bolt going through his body. Warlock falls off the heel. Croc Riders, Fisk, and Legion are in a melee. Angie misses a shot on the eel. Kuntz rushes to the Warlock with his hammer drawn and rains a blow down, cracking his shoulder. Zartet casts Cure Wounds on himself, and Croc Warriors take note and are resolved because they've never seen people heal their own wounds. One of the eel's heads bites down on Logic, incapacitating one of his arms with poison. Logic cuts the eye of the Hydra head. Meanwhile, the Warlock saps some life from Kuntz. A Hydra head goes after Angie, and she is fanged through the thigh. It's trying to swallow her. Logic tries to help Angie and pulls her from the jaws of the eel. He hits again and slashes another head of the Hydra. It starts freaking out and bashing its head against the ground. From the melee, only a few women and Croc Riders remain. 3 Legion. Fisk is wounded. More eels are emerging from the caverns. Logic retrieves his broken dagger blade from the Legionnaire he killed, and Angie is suffering from the poison. The Warlock is about to cast another spell. Kuntz goes to wield the goblet at the Warlock, but a molten gold metal is pouring from the goblet and sloshing around. The Warlock demands the goblet, and Kuntz tries to trick the Warlock, but an eruption from the goblet jizzes on Kuntz's face. The Warlock snatches the goblet and begins to run away and appears to be shape-shifting. Logic throws his sword, but it goes wide. Zartet flings a spear, but it also flies widely. Warlock transforms into a Batman and flies up the cliff and away. Croc Riders are all dead, and there's 1 Legionnaire left. The women are resorting to throwing sand at this point. The Eel Hydra is retracting into the cave. Again, Fisk is injured. Logic yells at everyone, "We have to go." Zartet uses Cure Light Wounds on Kuntz, but Kuntz will be scarred for life on the face. He can see, though. Logic and Zartet carry Angie up the hill. The loose eels descend upon the beach towards the women. The rain is pouring, and we are very bad off. At next rest, we will be above level 7.
Oh, that's adorable.
And that's where we were.
Look at this guy. Thank you very much for that epic recounting. Yeah, it loses something when you don't add in all the praise to yourself. There, yeah. I definitely missed.
It was a long
The,
session last time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I have to like watch it all again at double
Mhm.
speed. I'm like, I
Oh,
got
do you have to
shit
watch the whole
do.
session to do it? Yeah, all right. It
Yeah,
was
I mean,
mostly, like, fighting.
I take notes as we go, but
It was a
it's
lot.
like some details I lose.
Yeah, it was a lot packed into our last adventure right there. Well, if you have to rewatch every one of these, I want to commend again your heroic efforts right here. I never rewatch anything. I can barely remember what's going on. Cat is adorable. Wait, did you have to add a sticker to your DOS King hat, or did it come with it?
No, it came with that
It
sticker.
came with the sticker.
Nice.
I think ours did too.
Oh wow, yeah. I never got one of the DOS King ones, but yeah, you're really blacking it up there. Well done. All right. Well, let's get a status of the party right here because you guys departed right from a combat, and everybody is pretty tore up, as I recall. So, can I get hit points for each of you?
Oh God.
17.
Okay, 17. And
No, 20.
were you still poisoned as of the last time that? Yeah. So
She was, yeah.
you got fanged in the leg and is having trouble walking as a consequence of it. Okay, and then Kuntz,
I'm at 11 of 29.
11 of 29, and Logic is at 20. Zartet, how bad are
Yes,
you?
sir.
I'm at 29 of
29?
34.
Oh, well,
I
everybody's
took
good.
a bad hit, but I did heal pretty good. So
Everybody's in pretty good shape. Now, as I recall, it was just starting to really pour as this is going on. And you guys had seen that the Hydra was not alone, and in fact that there were several of these monstrous beasts on the cave, and you made a swift exit with the bear Fisk in tow. How hurt was Fisk?
you would know. He was hit a
Like,
couple of
pretty
times,
badly
but
hit, but I don't know. Does he have like hit points or anything?
Yeah. So he like in a general sense, he's not immortal or anything. He's just a bear, so he doesn't like magically spring back to life and so forth. So we'll have to keep an eye on injuries that he received. But essentially, he waded into the fray and caught some nicks and cuts and so forth. So I would assume that Big Fisk has about 20 hit points right there, and he would be at around 15 right now. Not too much the worse for wear, but he is a bear. So a lot of you right now have retreated to the top of the cliff and are looking across a blasted grassy plain. Back behind, you can see the surviving axe women are shoving their canoe towards the raging waters and attempting to shove off there as the monstrous eels are sliding down the beach after them. Luckily, there's some strong women there. They've just seen basically all the men that they've known and grown up with. I'm sure that some of them were there with husbands and so forth. They managed to shove the canoe away into the stormy waters. And almost anybody else, if they were trying to row one of these canoes in a storm with these choppy seas, they would immediately go under. But the women seem to have it under control. And you see that they have gotten away. But what will befall them next, you'll never know, because they disappear into the spray and mist and currents of the southern sea. So for now, you guys can look over the plain and just see that there are dark clouds overhead. It's pissing down rain on you. Angie, as of last I understood, could not really walk unsupported. She can limp along if one of you is helping her. But you start to think about maybe rigging up some kind of travois or in some other way trying to help her out there.
Will Fisk carry me?
Let me see. Fisk is not quite large enough, and your bond with him is not... so Fisk is not full grown, as bears go. He is a juvenile. At some point, he may be large enough to ride on, but right now, you don't have a deep enough bond. He's a wild animal, and also he's pretty tore up himself.
I'll be helping Angie.
Yeah, I can totally, yeah.
Yeah, with the two of you
We
on
will
either
figure it
side,
out.
you can she can sort of lope forward on one leg, It is just the bitten leg, which I think is the right leg, that she can't really move, and the right side of her body was kind of growing increasingly numb. So here's the scene. It's hard to see anything for any distance. You know that the Darameus is to the right, which is eastward along the coast. And as you recall, Zartet, there is a fortress that watches over the southern coast, mainly to watch out for attacks from Wabigo and his raiders, or anybody who would come along the southern sea and try to backdoor Vora Brink. So you know there's a small fortress along the way, but with the situation at Vora Brink, it's anyone's guess what's going on in the fortress. Other than that, the poisonous forest that you guys escaped is back towards the west, and Vora Brink is probably half a day's march to the north.
Hmm.
oh, the party's under attack.
Can we?
I'm not doing any of this. This is all glitch.
No.
Can we look at the map and maybe you try to tell us where we are a little bit?
Yeah, if you want to open up the map, you can gander
it.
upon it. Yep. So I can give you a better idea. And it may be that our map is not fully accurate here. So let me take a look. So if you're watching Zartet's stream of the map, so yeah, you went down here. So Vora Brink is actually, it says Vora Brink there, but Vora Brink is sort of to the north. Kind of, just see where the A in Vora Brink is. Just about the length of that A and to the north. We should have a dot right there. So the dot above Blackrock Stables, almost parallel or almost longitudinally with that there. So up a little bit there. And that's where Vora Brink is. Yeah, that's close enough right there. So the cove that you guys are in is sort of this little indent just under the K. And then so our path is a little inaccurate. Because, oh, no, it's not. Because you went up there to there, but then you went back to the Metris and the Fork there. And you met with the Cyrodiilians here. So, yeah, you're about at where the red dot is, which means that it is about a day and a half journey. And you believe that the fortress is close to the entrance of the Darameus. Sort of, if we take, just see where that little divot is. Where it leads into the Darameus. There is a fortress there where they control trade of people coming and going on the Darameus. But what has become of it, you cannot know.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, man, you guys have really been all over this map here. I like the winding path that everybody's taken. All right.
Yeah.
Let me stop watching that stream, and you can stop streaming it whenever you feel like
Yep.
it.
There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so that's where you're at. It's currently pouring down rain. Time of day is you guys started rowing right at the dawn, and in those high seas and everything, it is just getting to dusk now. So it's starting to get dark as well.
Okay, and it's basically just blasted wasteland grassland. There's no trees, there's no woodline, trees.
There's no wood line here.
Or
you know
cliffs.
that there is a forest about a half day's journey to the east. This area used to actually have a lot of animal grazing and cottages, and it was common to see people driving sheep and goats around this area.
Interesting.
So this is sort of like a highland plain that you guys are rising up to here. But you just can't see anything of note for a considerable ways.
And the fortress is more towards where the entrance of the Darameus
Yeah, it's
is?
closer to the entrance of the Darameus. Yeah, with night falling here, and one person down, you may have to search for shelter.
Oh, we're gonna have to definitely do that, like immediately.
Yeah, I know, like as a mage, can I just create really small fires, like a campfire? Or do
Yes,
we have
like a
campfires?
sort of as a magician,
You
kind of
could
at
piss
will.
fire.
Yeah, well, we could when he had the goblet, maybe no longer. So as a magician, just small magical effects like lighting a finger on fire and so forth are all within your purview. They don't require one of your spell slots to execute. They're just, any common garden mage can pull it off.
So I think you said we're on open plains. Are there any forest shelters, any large trees, anywhere to
No,
get
actually.
Or even
reprieve?
just like a cliff, like a small cliff, something that we could get up against even.
Immediately,
build a
you're not seeing anything that's suitable for shelter, and you're not certain whether or not those eels will come up this path and come after you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm assuming you've told us all about the fortress that you know about, Zartet.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
Yeah, none of you have ever
days
visited
march
this
from here.
fortress. As
Well,
far
at least
as
we can head off that way, starting.
you think the name of it is Gatemouth Keep, but you could be wrong.
Okay.
How far away would it be if we headed towards it?
So if you were up and running,
said a
you could
day.
probably make it there by dawn. But with the rain pissing down on you and with Angie
Maybe
there,
two
it's a
people
day and a
too,
half
yeah.
away.
Is it possible for us to construct a simple shelter? Like, are there enough trees around or anything?
No, there's definitely.
So we're just caught out in the open?
Well,
Yeah,
the
you
first
guys
thing we're going to need is a litter for Angie. If there's
litter?
anything to do, yeah, like to carry her basically,
Oh, okay.
Stretcher.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
because it's getting worse.
Does the rain look like it's here for a while, or
yes,
like is
it
just
is
clouds in
pissing
all
down
directions?
rain, and furthermore, you're starting to hear thunder coming from the south.
We should just go towards the fortress and maybe a little bit inland and try to look for another, I don't know, look for something like shelter.
Okay. So the party sets off, headed to the east and slightly to the north, looking for shelter. All right. So you find the going increasingly difficult. The wind is whipping up and casting water into your faces. It's getting dark. It's too dark for any kind of torch and so forth. You keep your eyes out for anything that you could rig a travois or a litter out of there. And just everything that grows here is just scrub and bushes. There are no trees to speak of that you could construct anything out of. So you keep your eyes peeled for any sort of shelter as you're pelted by driving rain. And soon it's difficult to even tell which direction you're going in, but for the guidance of Zartet. If not for the druid there, you could easily find yourselves wandering in circles for days and days. But Zartet seems to have an uncanny sense of what direction he's heading in at all times. And he's able to guide you unerringly east. You continue along the path for some time. Zartet and Logic, you are supporting Angie. Kuntz, where are you as you guys are loping east?
I guess I'm just with them, helping carry stuff or whatever.
Okay.
Were there any other stragglers, like the other people, the croc people? You said they went back home, right?
Yeah, so all of the crocodile warriors and their crocodiles were slaughtered in the battle with the Legionnaires. Some of their women, the hatchet women, made it away in a canoe, but you couldn't see what direction they took off in.
Oh, okay. So
Or
we're
whether
all
they
alone
made
then.
it or not.
Yeah, I'm just carrying stuff and maybe helping carry Angie from time to time, giving
Okay,
Zartet
you're
and
expelling the
Logic
other
a
two
break.
right there? Okay, cool.
Sure.
So, fortunately, the weather is so bad, you assume that nothing could be out at this time of night. And you are slogging forward, and you're soaked to the skin, just freezing cold. and every article of clothing that you have is chafing against you, and it's just one of the most miserable slogs that any of you have been across in your lives. Especially more so because you're worried about your friend. Andy, what is your constitution?
12.
All right.
Nice.
Let me see there. Does that come through?
Oh.
11?
No, it's a 12.
Oh. Oh.
So
Wow.
you manage to, as you're loping forward, you just feel just like a terrible, nauseous feeling rising up, and you feel as if you're about to pass out. Tremors
Angie.
are at this point like running up your leg, and your neck is twitching. And then
Did you read Trap Money? I think that's logic.
It is logic.
What?
So
Trap Money says the guy with the Lego brick shaped head on the bottom right is my favorite.
I fucking love
It's
Legos.
left.
I got fucking Legos, bro.
Nice.
All right, so
Where's this?
beautiful commentary, right?
Oh,
there.
I'm
Yeah,
in
it's in
that.
the stream chat. So in any case, Angie, it seemed like you were just about to fall out, but you marshal your strength because you are helping to march forward there. So you managed to hold on for now, but it's clear that this is not the kind of venom that you can just get over. It's not like a hangover type venom. It's a serious problem that will have to be dealt with at some point. So the party continues to lope forward, seeking shelter in any way that you can find it. And sadly, there is nothing to be found. In fact, the next thing of note that happens is you start to see, far to the east, the first glimmer of dawn. It seems like you've been marching for almost a year, just sort of dragging your injured ranger forward, searching for any sign of help, any food, any survivors, anything. But the land is barren and blasted. You pass more areas where everything has been eradicated by the red rain. You see signs of struggles everywhere. In places, bodies that have been decaying for weeks and more. You see dead livestock that have already been rotted and picked clean. And the only good thing to say about the entire journey is that there are no strange flights of demon birds. The whole land is quiet with the storm. So as the dawn picks up, you start to see the outline of a fortress on the horizon. So the land rises up at this place to two peaks, and in between them is Gatemouth Keep. So what you know is that people who are traveling along the Darameus must stop at this keep where their goods are inspected, taxes are levied, and fugitives are apprehended. So, Angie, you know that under Gatemouth Keep, there is a dungeon where everybody who tries to sneak across, who is an outlaw, is imprisoned. And where many of the undesirables from the kingdom who can't be executed for whatever reason are kept in the cells beneath Gatemouth Keep.
Is
Is
it
that
on
where we
fire?
were going?
Say what?
Is that where we were going?
So you were going to Vura Brink, but you heard that it had been devastated.
From the ship.
From the ship? No, you were actually intending to row all the way to the Darameus and bypass this keep entirely. But unfortunately, you were driven ashore by the storm.
The ship from the beginning.
Very first episode.
No. So the ship from the, in the
we were
very
going way
first,
west.
No.
Or east.
Yeah, way east, all the way to Iran, which is like almost a continent away.
Okay, so
King
what
Geordie.
do I know about it?
King Geordie the Little's reign is vast. So you know, Angie, that about the prisons under there. You know that there are vaults inside where they store all of the taxes. A fair amount of gold and jewels at one point must have been at this keep. And at one point there were armories. It's essentially a rallying point for the defense against And it's curious, but the defense of enemies from either side. Essentially, no army.
Is the keep on fire?
The keep is not on fire, as far as you can tell. But it also, the rain that you guys just went through could have put out any inferno. Literally.
Zartet should change his background.
Or at least you don't have the Hydra there any longer. But so this whole time, Fisk has been marching tirelessly alongside you guys. He won't get very far from Angie. And at one point, Zartet and Logic, when you two are exhausted, Angie is able to just hold on to Fisk's fur to spell one of the two of you. So you've gotten no rest this night and have not been able to regain spells. You're just utterly exhausted, more so than like a full day of riding or so everybody, when you're taking actions and making checks and so forth, you are at a significant disadvantage until you find a place to rest. You have literally hit the ends of your endurance. So you can see the keep up ahead, and the thing about Gatemouth Keep is it's between two large peaks, and it is set up to repel an attack from either side. It opens up to the Darameus, and so anyone who attacks from the Darameus side, they simply need to outlast them until the tide rises, and then any invading force would be drowned. And then it's a more traditional... Oh no, he's caught. Oh, he's way back there now.
There we go.
What up, Fisk? So you can see the keep ahead, and no sign that it's been destroyed. It is still intact as far as you can see, and it's a monumental stonework. It would take quite a bit to destroy it.
Any sign of human activity or any kind of activity at all?
You're too far away.
Any
to
lights?
see. You do not see any lights inside of it.
I guess we just keep marching towards it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, with no real sign of anywhere to rest, you move forward towards Gatemouth Keep. And as you approach, there's an eerie silence in the air. The storm is still ongoing. It's continuing to rain, so it's possible that anyone surviving is still indoors. There are no sentries posted, and as you approach, you see no one on the ramparts. The gate is drawn. The heavy iron grating has been lifted up, and it just stands wide, and you can see all the way through the keep to the doors on the other side and the ocean beyond. And beyond that, you can see the Darameus. Like after a long time, you can see the raised platform of coral that joins these three islands.
So wait, are you saying that the gates to this place are wide open and we can see?
You can see
completely
all the way,
through it?
You can see completely through all the way to the Darameus. Keep in mind, the Gatemouth Keep is essentially, it's kind of like a big toll booth. So there are gates on either end, and it's set up so that wagons and just trains of animals and so forth can travel through it and be taxed and inspected. But it looks like the gates on both sides have been thrown wide.
No signs of life.
There's no signs of life, but Kuntz. Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, and you have just been marching and slogging all night, but out of the corner of your eye, you believe that you see a golden eye watching you from high above on the ramparts. And then as soon as you notice it and try to focus your eyes on it, it blinks out of existence. but nobody
Okay.
else sees that whole thing. So
It was just a disembodied eye.
Have I seen anything like this before in my life?
What's your intelligence?
Oh, it's 17, baby.
17, baby. All right.
Fucking Marvel character.
Yeah, let's-
Seriously.
No, we're good. We watched him roll it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So you think that you've seen something like this before, but it was one of those things where when you were learning magic, you were so interested in blowing things up and catching things on fire that the finer points of spells like this didn't really sink in until later. So it's something that you heard about very young in your wizardling career, and you just didn't pay enough attention to it to remember exactly what it was. The only feeling that you have is that it's some kind of a contingency spell, like an idea that somebody might set something like this behind to notify them when something happened.
So it's like a scrying eye or something like that.
Booby trap.
But it's up to you whether or not you tell the others there. You were only about 50-50 that you even saw this. You're so tired that it would not be uncommon for you to be seeing things.
I think I'll definitely tell the rest of the people. So, hey guys, I just saw a golden eye that I believe was spying on us, or maybe we triggered something and now some people know we're here or approaching.
Oh wait, how about?
Should I go?
The top of the ramparts.
Oh, holy Christ!
Yes.
Give me a moment, if you don't mind. I'd just like to take a break because I'm bleeding all over everything. I'll be back.
Sure.
You okay? Jesus.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Apply pressure.
Balloon.
Lode injured himself.
He did. Well, that's good because we're all fucked up too. So
One of us.
I think maybe I should go scout ahead.
Maybe Kuntz should. See what he
Maybe
saw.
me and Kuntz.
Who's gonna carry energy?
Well, I have also. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, but I still have my pitchfork that you can use as a crutch if you want, or you know.
You've been lugging that the whole time.
Well, you know. You know.
I think it's really unlikely. that you
In
still
the
have
bag of
pitchfork.
holding.
Okay, fine.
Oh shit! We just got
eternal eye
a.
of Ra shines upon you.
Oh my god! We just got $50, and apparently the eternal eye of
Wow.
Ra shines upon us.
Wow.
Good
Big
Hell
lord!
Ra.
yeah.
Big
What's up, Ra?
Yeah,
Thanks,
what's up, big
Ra.
Thank you very much.
The golden eye of Ra.
All right. So here's the situation. So this keep is probably about 200 feet from side to side. It's fairly narrow for a keep. The gate that you see before you is sort of a tall gate, about 20 feet tall, with an arch. Normally, there's a heavy iron grate and two double doors that slam shut. The double doors are drawn inward, and the grate is pulled up. And there's a similar setup on the other side there. There are arrow slits all along the walls. Given what's happened to you previous times that you have approached keeps, all of you have stayed out of arrow range until this point.
Of course. Oh, Lord.
And other than apparently like the golden eye, like blinking out of existence, that's all that you can really see here.
You still are you Kuntz? Do you still have invisibility going, or
Yeah.
do you still have us?
Yeah, I have that.
I'll give you a
Because it
warning.
might be worth the two of us.
Yep, I'll give you
I
a warning.
have one
Oh, that's
invisibility, one fireball, and one chill touch.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Well, the one thing about invisibility, it will not function in the still ongoing rain. Like the rain will ripple around you, and you'll still be mostly invisible, but it really spoils the effect of the spell, and people can just hit you almost normally. It really affords like very little help when you're in the rain. Indoors, however, it will still function as normal.
Well, too, it'll give you a huge bonus if they do I mean, for moving forward silently, which I think is the goal here for scouting out, just in case there are, I don't know, 10 people with ballistas or whatever on the ramparts. I don't know. It's up to you, but I feel like I'm going to go scout ahead, and it'd be nice if I had a friend.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Okay, so the two of you are going to scout forward. All right, so Fist the bear refuses to, and the bear is so bedraggled and wet at this point, and he's obviously hungry. You just haven't had, like, from time to time he's like.
I'm gonna give him a good berry.
You're gonna give him a good berry.
I have
Hell yeah.
After that,
You have a good berry left.
yep.
Okay. So the bear just gobbles up the good berry, and for a second you're worried that he'll take part of your hand with it. The hunger appeasing effects of the good berry don't seem to fully sate the bear, but he stops making that growling sound. So and also he seems like favorably disposed towards you, Zartet, who we were starting to learn is a valuable source of good berries. Oh shit! What beer is that, Zartet? It's got like a pentagram on the bottom of it there.
Oh, this is.
It's just
I
a cup.
love that koozie.
It's a Truly's in it. Truly's in a cup.
This is True
Team
Brewery.
Truly, bro.
They're like a heavy metal brewery here in Denver.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, I gotta. Shit, everybody's Truly. I'm just.
They're really good. They make some good beer. But
yeah.
I think you
How
can
did I
only
get
get it here.
I'm drinking the shittiest beer you can buy.
Lucky Extra. Oh hell yeah!
Lucky
It comes in
Extra.
an
You need to
8-pack.
get on the Truly gang, Kuntz.
Yeah.
We're gonna get sponsored by Truly next.
They don't have Truly's at bodegas near me. I don't know. I've never tried this shit.
I'm telling you guys, my friend works for that company that does White Claws out in BC.
Oh Lord.
I should get him to hook us up with a whole bunch of free
Oh
ones.
God. Yeah, they just fucking like blow out my liver on White Claws. They have no law. Okay. So Zartet, the three of you are kind of sheltering in the rain, and as best you can, like basically just throwing a cloak over yourselves and using the bear as a lean-to. Angie. Let's see.
Is the so the landscape around this keep, is it just completely flat? There's no hills or anything at all?
Well, there are two tall mountains sort of rising alongside that are very steep. Well, they're peaks essentially. The whole area that is around here is it's been increasingly rocky, and you've been climbing a lot of the way, which is part of why you're so tired. But you have not seen any caves anywhere that's worthwhile to take shelter. So Angie, your condition has worsened slightly. You're now finding it very difficult to keep your head up at all, and it seems like your breathing is coming shallower and shallower. So the poison is taking its toll, and Zartet, you can see that she's in rough shape, and you may want to remain with her. And so Zartet, what's your wisdom here?
My wisdom is 14.
14. Okay.
Did Fisk gain any hit points from the good berry?
He
Should've
gained indeed
two.
2 hit points from the good bear.
2.
So he's now at 17. And Angie, you are unable to recover hit points while under the influence of this, but you do feel slightly better, and you're able to keep from throwing up Zartet's good berry. So Zartet, your wisdom in the ways of healing tells you that unless you can get an antidote or a period of prolonged bed rest for Angie, the poison of the Hydra eel may be fatal. You don't like the color that she has now, the way that there's a bluish tinge to her lips. You're aware that she's not getting enough oxygen, and that the poison is continuing to ravage her system.
Would the silver powder do anything?
No. In fact, it would almost certainly be fatal at this point. Yeah. The silver dust is for healing grievous wounds. Things like an arm that's been chopped off, or a sword in the belly, or another wound that could easily become infected. So it is for the worst types of wounds, and it requires a system shock check every time that you use it. So yeah, it would certainly kill her.
Did Roz $50 buy any chat armor?
there's no chat armor within the game, and we do not take
Man.
donations your money does not affect the outcome of the game unless it's like thousands of dollars. I'll right around that. But so she's in rough shape here.
All right.
But
So Kuntz, Logic, go fucking look at this keep.
Yeah.
We need to get Angie there. We need to make sure it's clear. We need to kind of rest her up. We all need to rest, quite
Okay.
frankly.
Roger.
so you guys are on top of that, and
Let's do
Zartek, you were successful in using your healing skills to stabilize Angie at least. So her condition is not progressing further as long as you were in proximity and keeping an eye on her. But the situation is quite dire. All right, so now we turn to Kuntz and Logic. So the two of you creep forward. Logic, what's your move silently?
Just a quick
My move
interjection.
silent.
By all means, cut.
As we're marching towards the fortress or whatever, I'm just gonna start munching on some of my food rations, just so I can get a bit of food and water in my belly.
Well, it's assumed that as you've been
Well, haven't we been doing that?
as you've been watching,
okay.
as you've been marching, you guys have sufficient rations, so you've just kind of been eating.
And handing
along the way.
some to Fisk.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
Fisk,
Yeah.
Fisk has been trying to forage, but everything has just been stripped bare throughout the land. It's sad, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so Logic, what is your move silently currently at?
It is 70%.
Okay. So
Not
Kuntz,
good, not great. Or not
it's-
bad, not great.
It's not bad at all, actually. So Kuntz, you were letting Logic lead the way forward and sort of moving in his wake. You're finding it much easier to creep around now that you don't have a golden goblet shoved down your pants. Okay. So Logic, you're able to slip into the keep, and inside, even though it's dawn rising outside, it's just very dark inside of the keep. You march through the door, very alert for any sign that anybody is after you, and almost immediately, a smell hits both of you as you walk through the gate. And you recognize it immediately as the smell of death. So ahead in the courtyard, you can see just stacks of rusted armor and bleached bones. And here you can see that at some point, the men who once defended this keep, they're just scattered all over the courtyard. And something befell them and killed all of them. But you're not close enough to see.
From above, or
You're looking at this from a distance of about 100 feet away. So let me give you the layout. So what you see right now, so you've just crept up to the gate and the, is it portcullis? Anyhow, the
portcullis, yes.
portcullis. So the gate and the iron portcullis. So in this, this is a tunnel. It's about 20 feet tall, and above you can see murder holes, which
Murder
are used
holes.
for dropping boiling oil and firing arrows down into it. So on the other side, there's another iron grate that's been drawn up, and the tunnel continues for a little bit, and there are doors on either side, one heading to the left and one heading to the right. And this is after sort of the secondary gate. So this is a spot where they would seal people in and murder them if they did not want to let them inside of Gatemouth Keep. Then you have doors to the left and the right, and then the tunnel continues for a little bit and opens up into the courtyard where you can see sort of the remnants of stalls that have been smashed to flinders and just what look to be the bodies of some 20 or 30 men that you can see from here that are all dead and rusting and rotting in their armor.
So the doors on either side, I'm assuming that there are no exterior, or like, what are they made of? Wood
Is
or
there-
iron?
Is there wooden doors? They're quite stout. Should we lead up?
Um, as I'm walking by one, I might try it to see if it'll push inward.
Okay. Very, very silently, you creep up to the door on the left and the right. I did not hear checking for traps.
Keeping an eye up at the murder holes.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, so you're able to creep by. Now, what are you doing with Kuntz? Are you telling him to wait until you scat it out, or are you bringing him with you?
Sure, yeah. I told him to hold on. That's kind of the...
Yeah, so you're just moving ahead there. Okay, so you try the door on the left and find that it is not locked. The door on the right is locked, and when you try it, you can hear, despite your efforts to be quiet, you hear a loud creak. But you hope that it was dampened, sort of dampened by the rain that's still falling all around.
Was the creak from the inside of the room? Like, did it originate from the inside of the room?
Or from the door?
The creak was from the door that he was trying. It's just,
okay.
The hinge probably rusted, and it just made a sound. So you know right away you were in no way silent when you were approaching this.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for one round to see if I notice any movement in the murder holes or out in the courtyard. Or
okay, so right now you're straining your ears to hear any sign of movement above the sound of the rain.
And I got 60% in detect noise.
Okay, so you strain your ears, but then thunder rolls, just coming in from the south. That storm is...
in that moment, when I'm going to take advantage of the thunder, and I'm going to move to the opposite side of the hall away from that door.
Yep.
Towards the one that was open, but I'm not going to touch that door.
Okay. So you move over to the other door, and you can't hear anything above the thunder. You just know that thunder crashed, and hopefully it drowned out the sound of you blundering against the lock. All right, so Kuntz, you were waiting at the door. You can take an action if you want to.
I'm just going to stand in a safe spot and just keep an eye on logic.
Okay. So you were attempting to
stay
quiet and out of the way and remain undetected. All right, so logic.
Yeah, I don't know.
The thunder has passed. What do you want to do?
I am going to...
I'll be right back.
Well, I think this... I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna open this door on the left-hand side. I'm gonna inspect it for traps, any obvious booby traps.
Okay.
I'm going to...
It's hard to really tell
keep
in the
eyes
rain,
and ears.
but you also, this isn't a type of door that normally you would expect a trap to be in, like something off of the main courtyard and so forth. So you find that it's not barred, but you feel resistance as you start to open the door in, like something is holding the door in place, even though it's not locked. You just feel a weight, and so you slowly push your weight against the door, pushing it in, and then an arm falls forward through the slot at the door, and you find that there is a body leaned up against the door, and now the hand of a very dead man has fallen through the door, and you find that it's almost impossible to push the door in, just because like something on the other side is definitely blocking the way. Like it's too much for you to move by yourself.
Can I help him out?
You can't from where you're standing.
All right. Well, I move towards logic to help him out.
Oh, well, you don't know that this is going on.
Oh.
Yeah. You would need a symbol. You would need some sign from logic.
Well, I don't think it's... I don't know. What do I see in the courtyard from here? I'm assuming that as I move further in, I'm getting more... I'm basically pieing the courtyard. So what can I see?
Okay, you're
as
now,
the courtyard opens up?
You're now down to move into the courtyard? Okay. So, here's
well,
how
I'm not moving into the courtyard, but I'm saying as I've moved up...
Yes.
I'm
so you
able
have
to
a,
see
you have
more
a
of the
better
courtyard.
vantage point of the courtyard. So you can see that this is sort of a round courtyard, and basically sheer cliffs rise all around here. So Gatemouth Keep was built into a natural pass between the two peaks here. And what you can see is that it's essentially, it's almost like a stage. This central area is sort of where people gather when they're being taxed and levied and so forth. And you can see that there are stalls for merchants and places where livestock can be stabled. The whole area is probably about 100 yards in circumference. And then rising all around it are the walls of the keep. So
any structures on the inside, like besides the stalls, any like more permanent structures, timber walled buildings or stone walled buildings?
Well, so the keep essentially is the building. It's basically laid around the central area in a ring. So the keep has 3 stories, and like sort of the upper echelon there has crenellations where archers can basically set up and fire down into the ring if necessary. And the bottom layer is the thickest, and then they shrink in size a little bit. It's almost like it's terraced right there. It really does remind you of like a what you've heard of coliseums or stages and so forth.
Okay, so there being no other structures, I mean, nearby, I am going to call Kunz forward, and I think probably the best shot is to see if we can get this door open. Yeah, so I'm going to wave him forward and tell him what's up. And
so the two
what do you
of
think, Kunz?
The two of you. So Kunz, you're summoned forward by logic, and then you find that the door is just solidly wedged by something on the other side. Maybe just this body is wedged in it like a difficult way. Maybe there's more to it right there. But it is definitely going to take more than logic strength to move it. So what is your strength, Kunz?
We don't like to talk about that.
Oh, well.
That was his dumb stat.
Oh, was it really?
It's only
Was it
8.
still like a 15?
He's got an 8 strength.
An
Oh,
8.
no.
This is a lie.
Oh, no.
I feel like Angie has twice the strength of me. I feel very emasculated.
So,
Well,
Everything else is 16s.
yeah.
Kunz, let's see.
Can he charm the door open?
And then, Logic,
Can I
what's your
cast
strength?
friends on the door?
What's your strength?
Yeah. Oh, mine's 13. 13, yeah.
Okay. The two of you, your combined efforts are not nearly enough to budge this heavy wooden door. The puny strength of Kunz barely makes a difference right there. It's just jammed. You can only get it open about a foot, and you're worried that you're going to make a lot of noise if you try to do more than this.
Oh, man. Okay. And so across this gauntlet of fucking corpses and smashed up crap, there's the other pair of gates, or whatever, the other gate on the other side.
This is true.
Are there any other, that I can see, any other ways that there might be into the keep? If I have to, I'll sneak around and try to inspect the inside wall, the interior wall, I guess.
So these two doors are all that you really see. Like you looking at the stalls and the stables and everything that are set up, it just seems like these are meant to be the primary ingress and egress there. And they're well warmed. Like they're big enough that 2 people can walk out at the same time. You are fairly certain that these are the spot where you get into and exit the keep. And there are probably, just looking at it, there are probably similar doors on the other side of the courtyard.
Is it stupid idea here maybe, but is there enough detritus around that if we wanted to set up camp, like in the, not under the murder holes and not where the portcullis could come down, but set up a temporary shelter, like literally right here in the gate? Is there enough crap laying around that we could do that?
There's no rain falling on you right here. Sort of, you're at past the murder zone. There you could
Murder zone.
You could. It's literally what it is. It's a zone for murder.
That's what it is.
Yep. So you could set up camp right here. However, you would be exposed to the elements. In that wind would be blowing down on you. You could start a fire, but it's not what you would call like a safe place to rest. It's
Okay.
really open to anybody who feels like coming along. Can see you there. You, I would be astonished if you tried to set up camp there and were not attacked.
Okay.
And that's the feeling that you have in your.
Ew, can I? Okay. Shit. Can I tell yet? Can we tell yet what might have attacked the bodies in the middle of the courtyard?
You would have to go into the courtyard and check them out. If you would like to find that out. And so far, you've been trying to be like unobtrusive. Once you're out there in the courtyard, anything that's like looking down into there will definitely see you.
Oh man.
Angie's still stabilized.
Well, it's only been like
Somewhat.
this whole thing has only taken about 5 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
So. Yeah, so with the rain, is it still raining? Well, it's only been 5 minutes, so it's still raining to the point where Kuntz's invisibility would be not useless, but way less effective.
Yes, it's still raining in the
Okay.
courtyard.
Okay, shit.
Are there any stones
Well, I
around?
wonder if I could actually.
Oh my god, Angie, your dog.
It's adorable.
He is dead weight right now.
Puppy's so heavy now.
So you know, like in cops when they have those battering rams to
Yes.
batter a door open, are there any rocks? Myself and Logic.
I
larger
don't
rocks?
So
No.
you're gonna make a lot of noise.
If that's the
you're
smartest idea ever.
The other part of it is when the two of you tried to move this, you feel like you would need something a lot stronger than the two of you
Oh,
put
okay.
together to move
Like a
whatever
bear?
weight is on the other side.
So the other door that was locked, can we?
Hey, like a bear?
Fisk.
Let's Hey, I have an idea.
Yeah, we could go get our friends and bring them out from the
Let's
rain.
do that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna cover the rear, so I got the rear guard. While let's go back out and summon our homies.
Aw. He just wants kisses.
Oh,
Annoying.
Those big
my
floppy
goodness.
ears.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Which does the same thing. She'll lick my forehead when I'm trying to sleep. And I'm
No.
like, this is not helping.
Yeah, Pup gets obsessive about
What
it.
happened?
My mighty heart is breaking. All right. So what are you guys doing right now?
We're gonna head back out and
Um,
pick up Zartet, Angie, and Fisk.
Well,
and tell them
how
to go
about you go
shelter.
get him? How about you go get him, and I'll stay here and pull up rear guard and keep a watch out.
Right. I'll sneakily and silently go get our friends and tell them that there's shelter in here from the rain.
Okay. So Logic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see Kuntz moving forward, and you turn and watch his progress, and then turn back to keep an eye on the courtyard. And it's good that you did set up this rear guard, because as you turn back to keep an eye on the courtyard, you see just a flash of gold at the corner of your eye. And if not for the fact that Kuntz had told you about the golden eye that he saw, you would have thought nothing of it. But definitely something magical has just triggered in the courtyard. And you have the sort of scopesthesia feeling that somebody is watching you. All right, so Kuntz, you proceed over to Angie and Zartet, and all of you are able to move into past the murder zone and into the small covered area with the two doors between you. So you have the.
And I'm going to tell them about the golden booby trap that I stepped on or saw or whatever.
Okay. So now everybody is aware that you saw another flicker of gold. Yeah, the toy is an egg. Milkness.
Yeah.
She's like watching the whatever. He loves that egg.
Smoked eggs. He sleeps with it. Sorry.
What's his teddy bear?
I can't see Logic. Is it just me?
I
He
can see
came
him.
back on my screen. He might pop back up in yours.
Oh, he might.
Yeah. So yeah, his video is working now.
Sometimes if you disable his video and then re-enable it, it fixes it. Good old
Discord.
Discord.
I can do that.
Or I can turn it.
Yeah, you can turn off
it
a
off
single
and back
person's
on
video.
again.
Jesus.
Because like sometimes when I pop you guys out, it'll silent you guys at random. But if I like mute you and unmute you, it fixes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird Discord
Fuck,
bug.
I'm bleeding a lot.
Oh, did not work.
Are you feeling lightheaded?
Nah. Fuck, there's more where that came from.
Like 4 liters of that.
But yeah, it's just like a wound that I've, and I don't know where I cut myself. Like that's the thing that bothers me. If I knew, I'd just be like, that's fucking fine. But could have been on some hobo. Could have been on anything. Yeah.
Are you walking barefoot anytime?
Yeah,
Or are
I
you
only
always
wear
barefoot?
fucking. Yeah, I just walk barefoot on the streets of New York, kicking needles and hobos.
Yo,
and stuff.
I had a piece of glass in my foot for a week, like last week.
Oh, that's the fucking worst.
Oh God.
All right.
All right,
So-
we're good.
Everybody's back? Okay, cool. So you bring Fist the Bear into the courtyard, and Logic, in a hush whisper, recounts that he too saw the flicker of gold right there. So your current situation is that you're between these two doors. You have the one that man-sized strength doesn't seem to be enough for, and across is the locked door that creaked when Logic tried to open it.
Well, does anybody here have 16 strength and they want to try the door?
Perhaps
Angie?
a bear-shaped
I
person.
just said
Angie.
fist. I'm dying.
Angie at this point
Yeah,
does
no.
not have 16 strength. Yeah, Angie probably is like more closer to Kunt's level of strength.
Can you
I'll tell
get
Fisk to
Fisk to? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Ooh,
ask
that's
him
good
nicely
call,
to
yeah.
do it.
I will tell you, just FYI, if you're trying to be quiet, having a bear
Oh, it's
open a
over.
door, yeah, it's over. It's over at that.
Well, I tell you what. How about this?
Yeah.
Before we do this operation, maybe I can go out as like an LPOP out in the middle of the court, or into the courtyard, some feet away with my crossbow, just in case it attracts some sort of attack, and I want to be away from that with my crossbow ready.
I want to tell you that you've been, all of you have been getting rained on for about a day straight right now. Your crossbows and bows are useless at this point. Yeah, just the strings are
Okay,
wet.
well, let's get the door open.
Yeah, they I mean, you can still attempt to fire them, but there's a significant chance of weapon breakage or string breakage here. Just strings are not meant to be so wet for so long.
Well, yeah, let's get the door open and, oh man.
Okay.
And be ready for combat, I guess. Ugh.
Okay. So, Angie, you have a fever at this point, and only sort of understand what they're trying to tell you. And your bond with Fisk the bear is tested. But Fisk seems to understand what you're telling him, and he just kind of swipes at the door and makes noises at it, and doesn't really understand. And then he snuffles at it, and then finally he just leans against the door with his back and kind of does this number, like moving back and forth, and
Oh, yeah.
plants his feet against the ground and just sort of shoves backward, and you hear a loud metallic like, and then pangs as the door is ripped right off of its hinges, and as the door sort of is ripped off of its hinges, the fist just goes, it falls back like this, and the door is sort of halfway, and it develops. You see that when you get Fisk out of the way, that they're just sort of like a pile of dead men have fallen down the stairs into this door. And that's why there was no way that Logic and Kuntz, maybe all four of you together, could have ever moved it there. But the force of the bear has just kind of like squished and compressed them. So with effort, Logic, Kuntz, and Zartz, you're able to sort of pick this door up. It weighs about 400 pounds, and move it over to the side so that if you want to, you can climb up the pile of dead men and into the keep.
I will do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll go first.
So taking a gander right here.
Am I able to tell how long they've been?
Yes, it was just getting to that right there. So Zartet, taking a gander at these people here, they have been dead for at least 2 weeks. And when you look at them, you can see that their cause of death seems to be complete desiccation. It looks like all the water in their bodies has been removed. Their skin is almost perfectly dry. Their muscles almost preserved and turned to like a jerky-like substance. It's just as if they
ate that packet.
Yeah.
They ate the silica gel.
Yeah, from the beef jerky. That's what happened.
Yeah. Those dried rations, Legion rations. Yeah. Oh, do they have any like identifying marks or special armor that I or Angie or someone would recognize?
Yeah, so they look like they are soldiers from the keep. It's very,
like
very
little Geordie's, or sorry, King Geordie the Little's men, or
they look
snake
like
dudes.
They look like they're part of the garrison of Gatemouth Keep. And it's just very difficult to make out any details and so forth because they've just been Sorry, you were saying?
Go ahead.
The first dagger that I see, I just want to grab that and shove it in my belt.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a moment to canvas for these. They're unfortunately none of these men are carrying daggers with them. One of them has a clasp knife. But you cannot carry out a backstab attack with a clasp knife. Yeah, like you're better off with your sword there. So yeah, just none of them really have any daggers.
I don't have.
Yeah. Oh, did you lose your short sword as well?
I threw it at the mage.
You never got it back? Oh no.
I literally would be swinging my crossbow like a bat. I mean, that's where I am right now.
Okay. And your crossbow's wet at the moment here. I will tell you that what you are able to find is a series of very well-made swords down here. There are mostly long swords, but they're better than nothing. So if you want to scavenge one,
better than nothing.
Out of this pile of 4 men, there are 3 usable sort of long swords, and one of them, who must have had some kind of rank, has a short sword that has some kind of an insignia chased in gold on the pommel. It's of a lion with one of its eyes. Instead of the eye, it has like a scar through the eye. So a one-eyed lion.
Nice. Perfect.
So this is just like...
Yeah, I'm going to scramble over.
Zarshet, you were asking?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so this door was in like the tunnel after the portcullis?
Yes. Essentially like portcullis, murder holes, secondary portcullis and gate, then door to the left, door to the right. Door to the right is locked and creaked when Logic tried to open it. Door to the left was choked with corpses and was battered down by Fisk the bear with a great deal of noise.
And it's just a room of corpses. There's no like stairway.
What you guys are at? What you guys are at are at the bottom of a stairwell where a number of corpses tumbled down here, and Logic has just been busily looting these guys. But you have not done an in-depth looting of these people. You've just searched for useful weaponry and so forth at this point.
Perfect.
Is one of them in any kind of like... Sorry, go ahead, Logic.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to ask if any one of these men that we see piled in this room is kind of armored differently. Like maybe they're like a corporal, colonel, or general, or whatever.
Oh, so I'm going to tell Zartet about the guy with the short sword who seems to...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The nice short sword I found and be like, hey, man.
So you took the short sword. Is there anything on this guy, like any kind of
you haven't taken the time to like really search this guy, but you can now if you'd like to.
Yes.
Okay. So objects of note that he has on his person. He has a gold chain underneath his armor. It is just a golden chain. Nothing super special that you can see about it. He has a golden ring on his left finger that has a modestly sized ruby set into it, which you can
I'm
take if
taking
you'd like
that.
to. And Zartet's suspicions are correct there because when you search this person, you find a key ring on his belt with 3 different keys on it. One iron key that looks fairly rough, and 2 brass keys that look almost the same, but they're for different locks.
And Angie told us about the dungeon below this keep.
Yes. Like if you had to guess, you would probably say that the iron key fits
Yeah, that's what I
something
was
in the
thinking.
dungeon.
Well, I was going to take the golden ruby ring, but it's such a smart idea. I'm going to give you the golden ruby ring.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I got rings for days.
Yeah.
One doesn't do shit.
I can't believe you still. Are you wearing the
a
ring?
beautiful
Or
silver
are you
ring.
just
Though.
carrying it?
I mean, I got my silver ring and my wood ring.
Are you wearing the silver ring?
I've been
You've
wearing the
been
silver
wearing
ring.
the silver ring. That's good. That's very good.
My
Okay.
wedding ring is
Oh,
in my pocket.
God.
You
I have not put on my...
Yeah, you the wooden rings don't offer special protection if you're not wearing them, by the way. So you make up your mind.
No, I've been
whether-
wearing the wooden ring.
I'll put on my
there's
wooden
a-
ring then.
Yeah, make up your mind whether you want to take the wooden ring vax or not. It's your choice. But
Well, then in that case, no.
Hey, look, man, that druid told you to do this. So, like,
oh yeah, what does the druid know about it? Really,
you gotta listen
fucking,
to the druid.
Yeah.
he just formed out of a stork.
Fucking did my own research.
It's just like all the people mutating, like all around the Daramis. It's like, I don't need this fucking anti-corruption.
It's fine. It's fine. It's like you get over it, right? Like it goes away.
Not so far, to tell you the truth. Not so
Yeah.
Speaking of going,
Yeah. Well, after that, I'm gonna crawl over the pile of dead bodies into the room.
okay. So it's actually up a set of stairs. So you're in a new environment, and we need to make that
Oh,
check
boy.
once again. So you go creeping into there. So Logic, you're able to move. Fairly sure that you were able to do it. You're able to silently move up into the keep, and so the upper area is situated like this. There's sort of a hallway that's facing outward and windows that open up into the courtyard, and then a series of rooms set around the second level. The second level is where most of the guards, is sort of where the officers tend to sleep, and so there are sleeping quarters and so forth. You would just assume that the upper level is where sort of the higher officers of this area and the important people here stay on the third level. So you're now on the second level of the keep. As you move around, you can see doors to the left-hand side and the courtyard, sort of the inner, and just arching around on either side at the... so you could either go left or right from the landing, and you see doors set into the walls. Everything here is dark, by the way. There's only natural light. You see scones on the walls where lanterns would be set, but they are all dark. So you are just peering basically to the best of your ability here.
Okay. So coming up to the landing on the second floor, it continues to go up, but on the current landing on the second floor, I look to either side, left and right, and I can see doors.
So just FYI too, this stairway only goes to the second floor. Wherever
okay.
the third floor
That's
landing
clear.
is, you wouldn't know.
Okay. But I can see doors on either side when I look left and right.
Actually, so to the right, what you can see is sort of the wall that separates you from the courtyard and windows that look inside. All the doors are to the left.
Okay, I got it. Roger, okay. Courtyard. Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. Duh.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then, I guess I will head a little bit to the left and down a little bit ways and see
Okay, so
what
you're
else I can
choosing
see.
to go to the left right there. Okay.
Yeah, just quietly, carefully.
To the left, to the left.
Okay, so in the darkness, you
Mhm.
edge towards the left, trying your best to move silently, not searching for traps, which would make almost no sense in a like heavily populated keep, but just keeping an eye out. So when you see a flash of violet light up ahead,
Shit.
your immediate response is to dodge to the side, right? What's your dexterity?
Yes, 16.
Okay. So immediately you flatten yourself into an alcove, and you just see a sort of slow-moving stream of purple fire moving down the corridor, just slowly billowing out, moving in your direction and sort of growing and expanding as it fans out. And as it passes by, you can smell sulfur and just feel the heat of it as it turns into a wall of fire that just sort of blasts down the corridor, but you are completely unscathed. Yeah, so you just managed to...
Holy fuck!
Yeah. And
Okay.
like, yeah, so you're just left with the lingering smell of arcane fire and the awareness
Well, at
that
least it's
somewhere down that
warm.
corridor, it's actually kind of welcome after days of days of this whole thing. But so obviously someone has seen you coming and cast a spell down the way.
Shit. Hello. Please stop.
Are you actually saying this right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you call out, "Hello, please stop," and a voice calls back to you, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, well, it doesn't say you.
What?
So you say, "Please stop," and the voice shouts back, "Who are you?"
I'm cold and wet, and I have friends that need help.
"Who are you?" The voice repeats. And
I'm
so
Logic the Demon
downstairs, you guys can hear the voices echoing above. So you can hear this conversation taking place from the... And it's like, "Oh, Demon Slayer. Well, come forth."
Yeah. Ladies' man.
Yeah, come forth.
Booze hound.
Come forth, Demon
Is it
Slayer.
it's a male voice?
It is a male voice, and it says, "Come forth, Demon Slayer."
Okay, I'm gonna peek my head around the corner very carefully, and can I see, or out of the alcove, and can I like see what?
It is too dark for you to make out anything, but the voice doesn't seem like it's too distant, maybe 40 or 50 feet away from you.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, fucking fire. Oh yeah. Wait. That's what burned Angie, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was purple fire.
Oh, that's not good.
So as you're hesitating, the voice issues again, "Come forth or be destroyed."
You mean come forth and be destroyed? I don't know. I can't see into the fucking. Oh shit.
It's darkness
Send
ahead.
it. Go.
All right.
So-
yeah. Son of a bitch.
Right now,
So-
you have not gotten far up the corridor. You're probably only about 20 feet up the corridor. So there is a decent chance that you could dash back down the stairs before
That's kind of what I
something
was.
could get a spell off, or you could rush headlong into the fray, but you're very tired.
I am not sure about that at all. But I know that the purple flame, in my experience, that was issued by a demon before.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? How about that?
Okay. So you shout back, "Who are you?" But there's a quaver in your voice as you yell it. You're just tired. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
And
Here he is.
you can't quite muster. And there's no answer to your call. Instead, what you hear is footsteps moving towards you, and the sound of low chanting.
Okay, I'm gonna. You said 40 or 50 feet?
And you think that the voice is about 40 or 50 feet away.
Oh God.
You could also call for
Okay, I'm
help.
gonna-
Yeah.
This very moment. Well, no, I'm gonna run back down the stairs
Okay.
because there's no way they're making it over the bodies and up the. You know what I mean?
All right. So logic. This is a dexterity check. What's your dexterity once more?
16.
Okay. A less nimble man would have been slayed there because as you hear the chanting mounting towards its completion, you start to feel sort of static in the air. The hair on your arms starts to stand up, and the next thing that you feel is just the wind as you're rushing down the corridor, and some sixth sense tells you to jump for it, right? You can feel things building to a conclusion, and you leap, and the next thing you hear is the clap of thunder and a flash of brilliant violet light as a lightning bolt arcs down the corridor behind you, and then just immediately the whole keep is shook with the sound of thunder. But you, on the other hand, are almost completely unscathed, but the sound of the boom in the short corridors has made your ears ring. Oh my God, it's almost exactly the, well done, Zartet right there. That's so close to what we described. That's amazing.
Even a door right there.
Yes. Oh man. Damn. Shit.
Well,
We got to get this guy.
I've got my new short sword out, and as I'm running down the stairs,
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go. But what I'm gonna do at the bottom of the staircase is, as I hit the bottom of the stairs, I'm gonna button hook against the wall and attempt to hide in shadows, and wait for this motherfucker to come back down the stairs, and I'm gonna fucking shiv him.
So you're going to wait for them at the bottom of the stairs and try and shiv them? Because to me, just between you and me, that is a top of the stairs maneuver, right? If you want
Well, okay, the first opportunity I get, I assume that the landing
Yeah.
was just an open stairwell that went down. But if there's a
essentially what you
a
have
lobby
is
area.
like a door leaned against the wall where you guys had to pull this 400-pound door and lean it against the wall using all of your strength. You have the 3 dead and mangled bodies down there that are completely desiccated, and then the door opens up into the bare courtyard. So you could walk on the other side of there and try to hide in shadows there, but the sun is coming up right now. So
Okay,
you run down the
I'm sorry,
stairs.
my impression of how the stairway
Yeah.
is built was wrong. But the first, using just, my fucking sense of whatever, my thievery sense of, the first place, the best place would be the most opportune. That's the one I would wait in.
Okay,
And I would
so,
feign I'm going down the stairs or whatever.
Yeah. So
How
you
far away
can.
am I? Could I cast invisibility on him? to help him,
Right now you're at the bottom of the stairs right there, and what you have heard so far is scattered conversation, and then you heard the roar of a wall of flame rushing by, and then you heard the crack of lightning. And then, by the way, Logic, you are partially deafened by the sound. So if you're going to lie in ambush for somebody, you're going to have to rely on your sight alone, almost.
I will do it.
Okay. So the place where you can actually do this is right at the top of the stairs. What's your hide and shadows?
My hide in shadows is 20%.
So you secrete yourself against the wall and plan to pop out and ambush this person. So the rest of you downstairs, you don't know that any of this is going on, right?
Well, I've yelled forward, like
You
we're
yelled?
under attack. I forget exactly what I said.
He did.
What-
He did.
what
say
did he
that
yell?
we had
I
to-
did.
We heard him talking to somebody.
I can't remember. No, but on my way out, when because I was coming down the stairs, that was part of my feint. It was
Mhm.
like, I forget what I said. We're under attack, or like, we got to go, or something like that.
I think you said we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Yeah, you said you yelled, "We gotta go" down the stairs, and then you secreted yourself around the corner, just waiting with short sword in hand. Okay, so you guys hear him shout, "You gotta go," but you do not see him come up.
I think you're muted, Angie.
I am. I just talk.
We're like, what is he
I feel
doing
like
up
I
there?
can't really do anything.
Yeah. So right now you're in a really rough state. You can act, but you have a high fever and it's difficult to breathe. So whatever you do, just keep those things in mind.
Yeah, I'm like caring for Angie. This is, I mean, I think this is.
Yeah, as long as you're with her, she does not have to take stabilizing checks. But without constant care, she's in trouble.
I'm like, Kuntz, you gotta go. Go see what the fuck is doing with Logic.
I can cast invisibility on Angie, and that way we can sort of leave her alone for a while.
Oh, good call.
That's
Well,
what-
actually, just an FYI, like making her invisible will make it impossible for Zartet to care for her. Right? Right now, he's like, she's in almost critical condition, and he's keeping an eye on her this entire time.
Okay.
Which he
It's
cannot
your
do if she's
neighbor.
invisible.
And what condition is Zartet in again?
Zartet's okay. He's a little hurt. But
I'm a little hurt, but I'm okay.
yeah, he's been worse.
Mostly okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head over to Logic and try and help him out or see what's up.
Okay, are you casting
Yeah,
anything or
I'm
doing
like-
anything?
No,
Kuntz,
I'm
you
just
gotta
gonna because I don't really know what's going
Okay.
on, so my character's just gonna
Gotcha.
try and figure out what's going
So you are walking up the stairs,
Even better.
and it's fortunate that you are walking up the stairs, right? Because Logic.
on. Is there a
in-
swinging
in his
paint can
depleted
like
state-
Home Alone?
No. So
No, but I have failed. I can tell already. I have failed
yes,
my
you
hide
have
and
you have
shadow.
indeed failed your not so good hide in shadows check. So you do not hear the footsteps of somebody approaching. Kuntz, you can hear them, and so right now you have a chance to get a spell off before the mystery person who's approaching. So I'm rolling initiative for both Kuntz and for the approaching person. Okay, so Kuntz, you sense that somebody is approaching. You have a chance to cast a spell if you want to.
I don't. Do we know if this person's good or bad? Like, is this the same person that tried to kill?
All
Logic?
you know is that you heard
I
we
said
gotta
we
go,
gotta go.
from Logic, and then you
Yeah.
heard the sound of lightning and the sound of flames.
I'm not gonna cast anything, and I'm gonna take out my hammer
Okay.
and be cautious.
All right. So
Hey,
you
real quick,
you pull out a hammer.
can
Yes, Zartet.
before we proceed into initiative, can we take a pee break real
Yes.
quick?
All right. Yeah. It's been a
Oh my
little
god!
bit, yeah.
Thank you so much, bro. My eyeballs are floating right
I'm
now.
fucking bleeding. All right. Let's be back in 5.
All right.
Fucking ingenious, bro.
I have to figure out how to turn off my
Wow,
camera.
that-
Turn off camera. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, be right back.
It's you! Sorry, that was loud.
Yeah, hanging out with Cub.
Nice. So what are we going to do about your poison?
Guess I'll just die.
Yeah, you and me both.
We'll see.
Is that your Kiwi Farms hoodie you were talking about?
It is.
Nice.
Would you think that's milk? I would not get
No,
that.
not at all. No, not at all. Yeah.
I've had it for like a week and I've already been recognized and people are like, oh,
Really?
no. Like, yeah, dude. The guy at the tire shop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy.
I'm back.
I'm definitely going to get one of those internet relay chat hats.
That's what I want.
Yeah, we should do that. And that's Lode was talking about, like, he fears the one day that he meets like some Freenode person, you know, that's like, oh yeah, internet relay chat.
It's like, no, don't talk to me.
Yeah, like that's not. I feel like it's super dark in here.
It got dark so early.
The sundown, like in the dead of winter here in Winnipeg, because we're so far north, we get like
Oh yeah,
not even 8 hours of sunlight. It'll be dark until
That's
like
too
8:39
much.
a.m. and then it'll be dark at 4:30 p.m.
Yikes.
I'm trying to find sundown.
that's too much.
tonight. Sunset tonight was at 4:54, so not even 5 p.m.
Jesus.
For me, it's 5:51 or 5:50 probably tonight.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, but it's been. That's not so bad, but that. Well, for me, like the whole thing about sunsets are. Well, I mean, it's sunsets. You know, it's like where are the clouds and like how fucking amazing is it going to be? Versus like, you know, like what time is it going to be? But today it's been cloudy all day, so I'm sure it's not going to be
Yeah, it's been overcast as fuck all day.
Lord.
the same here.
All right. So just checking. So we can continue the adventure here, or we can
Thank you, Zartan.
postpone it until next week. Yeah, thank you, Zartan. I think all of us were just like, oh fuck. So yeah, we can go on, or we can stop here at this cliffhanger. So it's up to you whether or not you want to proceed.
I'm good either way, but it's up to you guys, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
I can
good
do either
with
one.
Let's finish this little encounter here.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, it makes sense because we did tell the one watcher, the one viewer we have, taking a break. It sucked a break.
that's
and,
true. That's true.
It's just
Okay.
Milkness. She's all right.
Oh yeah. Oh, that Philo
Love that
animus
milkness.
still going.
It's Raw gave us $50. We should put in a $50
true.
episode.
It's been
Yeah.
a $50 episode already here. All right. So here's what's happening.
That's true.
So Logic, you are concealed, so you think, around the corner. Kuntz, you are walking up the stairs with your hammer in your hand, creeping forward, and then as this happens, so you start to hear chanting, and it's almost like there's two different people chanting at once. Yeah, it's weird because it's just like almost a chorus of different people.
Son of a bitch.
So Logic, you see a brilliant white flash of light, and a hand reaches out and grabs you, right? And then you just feel a jolt of power run through your entire body. The sword clatters out of your hands, and the fingers dig into you, and you can just feel just shock running through your whole. All your muscles are quivering, and
Don't
you
tase me,
suffer
bro.
11 points of damage
Oh,
from the
God.
hit. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And then Kuntz, as you're creeping forward with the hammer, you hear the sound of a spell being completed. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity.
I think we have made it an
16.
egregious error.
16?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that it is, because you are able to dodge out of the way as a stream of hissing fluid jets from the hand of a shadowy figure at the top of the stairs that would have done even more damage to your already blasted face right there. So you are able to dodge out of the way of a stream of acid. So down at the bottom of the stairs, Zartet and Angie, you guys can hear the sound of something wet falling, and then the bodies at the bottom of the stairs begin to hiss and fizz as a stream of acid falls onto them, and their flesh starts spitting. All right, so Logic, you are momentarily incapacitated. Kuntz, you dodge out of the way and get back to your feet, and you can see a figure clad all in black at the top of the stairs. Right now, it's very, very skinny, whatever it is. You can see that it's just one person that has somehow cast both of these spells simultaneously.
Oh, no.
And they have Logic in their grip.
Not physically. Do they physically have Logic in
They're
their grip?
physically holding Logic with one of their hands.
Okay. What's Logic doing? Like, isn't Logic
Logic
fight
is
this guy?
jerking and
I got tased, man.
All right, so
arcane
I'm
power.
I'm gonna run up to this person and cast Chill Touch on them to hopefully slow
Nice.
down.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So what is so you
Chill-
need to
chill
make a
touch?
touch attack against
Yeah,
them
so
to
it's,
cast Chill Touch.
1d4 points of damage, and it gives the person, the target, -1 strength. It lasts for 8
There we
rounds,
go.
so basically forever,
Okay.
and slows them down.
Basically forever.
Okay. So because this person is busy with one of their hands, with Logic, they're not able to dodge out of the way of your attack. Your hand covers over with a sheen of ice, and when you grab onto the shoulder of this black-clad individual, it's like clad all over in sort of a form-fitting black leather type outfit, and your hand grips onto its shoulder, and the flesh on its shoulder it's almost like spongy, like your fingers sink right into it, and your spell is increasingly effective there. A wave of frost spreads out from your fingers across, and you can see the spell take effect and sap the strength and slow the movement of the strange spellcaster. But it's too dark to really make out what's happening here. So Logic, you tumble from their grip and land on the ground next to your short sword.
I'm
My
grabbing the
apologies.
short sword and plunging it into that fucker's gut.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what you would like to do. But right now,
Yeah,
you're
that's what I
actually,
wanna do, yeah.
you're actually tumbled at
Stunned.
their feet. And what? Oh, wait, it's cat food time right there. So Zartet, I want to find out if you were taking any action here or if you were staying with Angie. Is that all that cat gets? Good Lord.
That's
How is
it
she so
keeps its,
happy?
slim figure.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm staying put with Angie.
All right,
She's
staying
too
put
bad
with
off
Angie?
here.
All right, so Kuntz.
I'm just like, Angie, what the fuck is going on here?
So now the shadowy figure has turned its full attention to you. Its eyes flash golden. And so Trap Money says Zartet is so fucking dumb. He doesn't even realize there's a hostile bear right behind them. No, the bear.
This bear is friendly.
The bear is their ally.
This bear is like keen on me, by the way.
Yeah, Zartet's feeding him.
So
berries.
literally
You're
our
so
best
fucking
friend.
dumb. You're so fucking dumb. You haven't been watching. You've been here for 2 episodes.
He doesn't know the fucking
Yeah.
No,
lore.
you.
Yeah. I love that he doesn't know the lore.
Yeah.
All right. So Zartet, you and this. So the
Hey,
caster.
so just to be clear, so me and Angie are still at the bottom of the staircase.
You're at the bottom
with
of the
these
staircase.
bodies, and all this is going on
Yeah,
up
you're hearing,
top
like,
on the second level.
You're hearing corpses hissing and fizzing and so forth. Yeah, you're hearing the sounds of conflict. But you guys are just chilling at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, so Cunts, it's a race between you and the spellcaster to see who can fire off a spell first.
Yay!
Nice.
All right, so once again, they are the faster of the two of you. So 2 things happen. One, you see a sheen of sort of like crystalline glowing armor race across their skin. And then the next thing that you know, you are blind. A flash of brilliant red light takes your sight away, and you can see nothing at all. You're intensely disoriented. Okay, so Logic, you do not see the flash of red light, and at their feet, you can attempt to do something, but everything that you do is at a significant penalty right now.
Well,
you're exhausted,
that's
and you've just been
what I
shot
want to do.
shit. Okay, so what exactly do you want to do?
Grab my short sword and shove it into him.
Okay, the first thing I need to know is what is your constitution?
Say
My
20.
constitution is 12. I mean, it's better than average.
Yep.
You know.
Okay.
60%.
Then the next thing that I need to know is what is your wisdom?
It's 12.
12.
Better than average.
Indeed. All right. So here's what it is. You are a mess at this moment, right? Your whole body is one big Charlie horse.
Should we retreat?
And well, it's not an option right now. But
Okay.
your whole body is one big Charlie horse, and like frankly, you've just made a
Well,
terrible
then, with the
mistake here.
flame of my heart
But
and my entire life, I will
wait, no,
put this
You're
blade
actually
into this fucker.
you're executing your action that you have queued up here. Despite all that,
Yeah.
you managed to lock your hand around your sword and rise up. However, the crystalline armor covering the skin of the caster is proof against this short sword. The blade just clinks and grinds against it and is unable to penetrate. However, you have probably saved Kuntz from a grisly death as the spells that it was casting are interrupted. So next,
Thank
the
God.
caster turns its attention to you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, well, fuck you, bitch. Come get some.
Yeah,
I have 9 hit points. So not that.
you
don't, you know.
have 9 hit points. Well, the flurry of casting seems to have momentarily exhausted the dark form, and it attempts to attack you, just like ripping at your face with what seem to be claws. Let's see.
Is it a demon?
It's difficult to tell. It's too dark to really see. All you know is that it shocked the ever-living shit out of you when it touched you. And that experience is what allows you to almost reflexively dart away from you, dart away from the attack. Like it's not a conscious decision to get away from it. It is you have been conditioned that if this thing touches you, you will be shocked and you will suffer. And you are able to dodge reflexively away from it. Kunz, right now you cannot see anything, but you can hear commotion going on. You have the option to cast a spell or try to do something, but whatever it is, you yeah, good luck.
What's is Logic in any trouble? Is Logic still trying to attack?
You can hear the sounds of scuffling, but right now you are completely blind.
Yeah, but Logic would have said something to me like,
No.
"Help
He
me
is
out,"
Logic is fighting for his life.
Okay, I'm gonna just because like Logic would be making grunts and this other person would be making grunts, I should be able to tell them apart. I'm gonna try and hit them with my hammer.
Okay,
Hit
you
the
are
bag out.
blindly trying to attack
Yeah.
an armored foe with your hammer in the dark. Once again, completely blinded.
Well, if it's in the dark, it doesn't matter if I'm
All right.
blind.
Please roll a 20. Please roll a 20.
So the last thing that this person, whoever they are, expected was for you to come after them with a hammer. And indeed,
Wouldn't
I
have.
think we've literally heard that 3 times now.
it's
The last thing they expected.
always
No one
the last
expects
thing.
it. Come on.
And so one of the nice things is the hammer is actually surprisingly effective at the crystal smashing through the crystalline ward, which is mainly meant to deflect like stabbing weapons and so forth. It's not really good against the pulverizing force of Kuntz's hammer that literally smacks this person in the back of the head. Kuntz, you do connect with your desperate hammer blow, and you can hear the sound. It sounds like shattering glass as a blow strikes home, but you have no way of telling what the effect is. Logic, on the other hand, you can hear what the effect is. All around you, shards of enchanted crystal are falling to the ground and shattering and just dissolving into sprays of sparks. And the caster staggers forward, momentarily stunned. You have a chance to act.
Can I stab him in the vulnerable area?
The entire
my
area
shirt
is
sword.
vulnerable. Yeah,
It's called genitals,
yeah.
Logic.
Oh, then I will fucking kill this guy.
Okay. Well, you do your best to kill them. From the floor, you jab upwards into the region of their crotch with the short sword, and you feel the blade drive home. And once again, there's almost no resistance. It's like driving your sword into a sponge cake. And you
Meatloaf.
immediately, blood is raining down there. You have struck a telling blow.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah. He's done some work right there. Kuntz, almost immediately, your vision starts to return. You're like blinking your eyes, and sight is coming back to you. And you recognize immediately that it's because the person who blinded you has died. Right? So, Logic, you have driven your sword up almost completely through this caster.
Nice.
And they tumble to the ground and are slain.
Hell yeah.
I'm into the penis, into the pump.
Yeah. You drive your sword almost entirely up through them, and you are coated in their blood. And right now, you guys don't have enough light to see what's happened here. But so you have slain the caster. So Kuntz, you summon up a light, just like with a flick of your fingers, and you two are greeted with a grotesque sight. So once this magician was like a human, but its face has been terrifically warped. It almost looks like a serpent type person, and its tongue has been split into two. Right there, you can see in death, its tongues have lolled out of its mouth, and it's actually learned how to cast 2 spells simultaneously using both tongues, but no longer, because now it's dead and in hell. So you have slain the split tongue mage, and as you inspect it, you start to peel off some of the weird leathery tight garment that it has, and you find that its skin has been almost completely eaten away. There are just little pits all over it. Everything is spongy, and the only thing that was holding it together was like the force of its magic. It has been horrifically mutated by
Any
exposure.
Loot on this corpse?
So
Of course.
yeah.
I have no
Immediately-
Food.
Yeah,
no
immediately.
idea what's going
It
on.
looks like you guys surprised this thing because it doesn't have anything on it. It's not carrying any, like no rings, no keys, no anything. It looks like perhaps you pulled it out of bed at the time there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah. Well, let's
It's
get everybody up here.
So
Oh, that's good.
immediately you case around for further threats and don't see anything. So many of the rooms that are near here are people's living quarters here. So you're able to set up camp after scouting around to make sure that whatever this thing was the only threat, and you don't find anything.
Do we have any
else.
sort of medicine cabinet with perhaps an antidote?
That's the
in
kind of
it?
thing that you could scout around to try and find later. But for right now, all of you are sort of piling into a room, and then Logic, you are sort of scouting around, moving around the ring, looking for threats. And so far, you don't see anything else. Also, you haven't been able to determine exactly like where the lair of this thing was. You check like the first 5 or 6 rooms that you come to on either side, not seeing any signs of living people. You return back to the others. So for the moment, it seems like it's safe to rest, and all of you are so tired that you can do little else. There's no time to build a fire or relax or anything. You slump in total exhaustion together, and it's all that you can do to set up a rotation of watch. Logic, you are the first watch there. So the rest of you are resting.
I give a clasp, a hug to Logic and
Yeah.
Kuntz for
Ah,
coming through on
thank
us.
you.
Yeah, they took
I love
severe damage
hugs.
there. Yeah. The keep falls silent right there. The double-tongued mage seemed to be the last of the people here, as far as you can tell. You can feel the stillness in the air. So all of you take an opportunity to get a night of rest, and then you can explore the keep and what it might have in our next session right there. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, congratulations there.
Nice.
So Zartet and Kuntz, you will be able to get a full night of sleep. Zartet, as you gain in age and experience, you deduce, and by observing Angie, you are able to learn the secrets of how poison courses through the blood and the means by which it could be removed. And you immediately begin to pray for the ability to heal Angie. Angie,
Sweet.
your condition is much improved by the watching and healing of Zartet.
Thank you.
Immediately you learn that spell, Zartet,
Mhm.
which you now feel is within your capabilities, and cure the poison. And Angie, you begin to feel better almost immediately under his tutelage.
Poor Angie. Angie didn't do shit this session.
Yeah, she's
It's fine.
she's like poison
False.
shit. The
Fisk
bear
opened the
The
door.
bear got in there, though.
True.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah.
Fisk helped.
She passed an important test.
Okay. And so, yeah, at some point you may want to see if they have any stores of food or anything for the bear, who has been very accommodating.
Oh,
thus
we
far.
will.
All right, and this ends our adventure for this week. And tune in next week for the foray into the Daramaeus. Thank you, everybody.
Later.
Bye, everyone.